You're live, child.
Oh, okay. Well, I can't see anything, so.
Ow.
I don't know if anyone's in here because I can't
You
tell.
got my child. Oh, someone's in here. Where's the
Lurking.
chat? Live chat.
Love you too.
Beauties and foodies.
Hey, girl. What's up? What's up? Just kind of hanging out for a minute, waiting for some more people.
Casey Thomas.
Casey Thomas, you had a question that I'm going to answer.
Do you want your iPad or no? I'll just sit here.
Yeah. I can actually probably answer your question right now, Casey, while we're waiting, because you asked me about hooded eyes. And what's an easy makeup look? I'm gonna give you the easiest makeup look ever, okay? So
Ooh, how was that ice cream ankle song?
that Donald McDonald's ice cream.
Ooh, did she get the Stroop waffle?
Ooh, she should have. I don't think they have that in Canada. So the easiest way to diminish a hooded eye and to do an easy eyeshadow look is okay. So the hood is over your eye. So what you want to do is you're trying to make that appear further back and your eyes to pop out. So you want to keep light tones on your actual...
Hi, Tracy.
Hey, Tracy. Light tones on your actual eyelid. And then if you're doing a neutral look, you would take a tone that's probably like 2 or 3 shades darker than your actual skin tone and just use that in your crease and go up just a little bit higher into the hood. And that's gonna push that back and pull your eyes out front. It's a really easy optical illusion and it takes 2 colors and then put a little eyeliner on. With your eyeliner, you wanna stick to the outer V just to make sure that your eyes look big, because the bigger and more poppy your eyes look, the less the hood appears. So avoid any kind of light colors up here. Don't do the brow highlight or anything. You're trying to hide that. Did that answer your question?
Beauties and Foodies has a baby update. Just over 3 pounds.
What?
3 pounds, 2 ounces.
Oh, out of the NICU, home. I think she already said. Did you tell us she was already home? There's a mosquito in here again. I think I only see it because when we put the bright lights on. They're eating me alive right now. Is it 7:30?
Not quite.
Okay.
Okay, still in the NICU, but off all the tubes.
That's awesome. That's so good.
She who must not be named is here.
Tia?
Ah! You mean Lady Voldemort?
Mom, why are you eating at this table?
Because Daddy's looking at the comments. Mommy's doing a video.
Oh, Casey's bummed because she likes the eyebrow highlighter.
Well, I mean, you could do a little bit, like just really like directly under your eyebrow, but I would try to keep the light on the actual eyelid because makeup is all about optical illusions. It's about, hiding things we want hidden and highlighting things that we want to pull out. So you obviously want your eyes to pop. So that's why you want to keep the lighter colors towards your eyelid because you don't want to emphasize that hood. I'm going to start my makeup. I need you to wet my sponge.
Oh, Tia's trying to get her computer up on the big screen.
Oh. This one is gross. I'm going to need to watch that. Ooh, that sponge looks gross too. Are all my sponges gross? I got some sun today, so I'm hoping that my foundation is going to match. It might not. If it doesn't.
Anytime, anywhere, Tia, name the place. I'm ready to throw down.
If my foundation doesn't match today, I apologize, but I did get some sun today. My back is sunburnt. And I used SPF 50, so I don't know.
Broad spectrum.
Okay. So, tonight I just kind of wanted to go through, because I realized that, I do tutorials and I try to explain stuff, but my husband brought up a very good point. That
Old man!
You are old. She's 29. So, really good point that, you know, some of you guys are unfamiliar with some of the terms that I use, or just some of the basic, like, why do I do that? So I'm going to do a get ready with me, and I'm going to explain why I do what I do. Now, some of it is just because I like it. Like, it's not necessarily doing anything, but it's a lot of trial and error. Like, you will find the routine that works best for you. You know, whether it be because it's quick, because it's easy, because it makes your skin look best. Mine, I've kind of cultivated over time, just trying to make my skin look best. And I don't always do the same thing. But I'm going to kind of do my regular thing. So the first thing that I always use, now, first of all, it is very important, regardless of when you're putting your makeup on, to have already done your skincare. I've already done my skincare.
Hey, Tavi Smith.
Hey! I actually did one of the Tula Major Glow Masks after my shower, and I am serumed and moisturized. You want your skin to be ready for makeup. If you don't prepare your skin properly, it doesn't matter how expensive, how good your makeup is, it's not going to look the best it can look. Okay. So,
Hi, Ava Drum.
hello, hello. So the first step I always use is the MAC Prep and Prime. It's the Fix Plus. The reason I use this is because it dampens my skin a little bit. Because when your skin is damp, it absorbs things better. That's why, like, you want to put things on lightest to heaviest. But I do this so that when I put my primer on, it soaks into my skin quicker and more efficiently, and everything just glides on better. Plus, it smells really good. It feels really good. It's just one of those really good. Ooh, I need more on my cheeks. It just feels good. So even if it wasn't actually doing anything, I also use this to spray my makeup brushes if I want my to wet my brushes for color on my eyelids. So that's my MAC Fix Plus. That's my first step. So then this is where I kind of devolve. I kind of go in between using the Tatcha Silk Canvas and the No Problem. They kind of do the same things. They're both blurring primers. The Tatcha Silk Canvas I do put all over my face, whereas the No Problem just goes on my problem areas. So if I use the No Problem, I usually go in with the L'Or, because this is also a primer. And the purpose of this is just to give your skin a really nice radiant glow. It has gold in it. And I don't know if the gold actually does anything, or if it's just one of those things that's like, it makes you feel good about your life because it's one of those like expensive things. But I do find that I've worn just this before, and it looks like I'm wearing foundation. Like, it sinks into your skin, and I don't know what exactly it does. But it does, whatever it does, it brightens your skin, it gives you a really nice healthy glow. And it kind of, it veils a little bit, just any kind of imperfections on your skin. But I really like this. I like doing a thinner primer and then doing a thicker primer over it. Kind of like doing a base coat before you put anything real on. So then I do the No Problem because the
Hi, Life with Rosie.
Hello.
Living the dream.
Living the dream.
Don't forget to smash that like button, everybody.
So the next step, you want to kind of, if you have the L'Or, you'll know that it kind of, sometimes little gold flakes get stuck, so you kind of want to blend those. The No Problem, I just use on my areas that I have larger pores. So I put some on my nose, some on the sides of my cheeks, on my chin, and on my forehead. And what this does, the No Problem primer fills in your pores. It makes your pores appear smaller, so your makeup looks smoother and you don't have a bunch of texture on your face. Because that's basically what you're doing when you're priming, is you're eliminating texture.
Making it smooth as a baby's bottom.
Yes, you want your skin to look as glass-like as possible.
Like a porcelain doll.
Like a porcelain doll, exactly.
A creepy porcelain doll.
I mean, maybe not a creepy one. I think all porcelain dolls are creepy.
Yeah.
They don't have, I don't know. Something about them is weird. Alright, so I got my No Problem on. I've got some black hair that won't go away. There we go. kind of soaks in. And like I said, this is my routine right now because the Silk Canvas is a heavier primer, and I just use that. And in this kind of heat and this kind of weather, I don't really like to use it as much just because it is a little thicker. Also, it's really expensive, and I just got the little thing, and it's like half empty, so I'm gonna run out soon.
Well, I think this is a good place to interject that there's lots of different things that you like, and there's not exactly one thing that,
you guys have to try. It's trial and error. Just because I like something doesn't mean that you'll like it. Just because something works well on my skin doesn't mean that it's going to work well on your skin.
But you found multiple of the same product that you like, and some are cheaper or less expensive.
You also have to think about what your problems are, you know, because the next step that I do, somebody that doesn't have a problem with redness would not do. I'm going to go in with my Jeffree Star concealer, because just like you put your primer on as like your base coat of paint, this is like this is like your second base coat. You know how like when you paint a base coat on a wall and it kind of just all sucks in, you know you have to go over it again to kind of get that even color before you put anything else on? That's what this does.
Your mama's doing her makeup.
I try to pick out.
No, not right now. You can go. Baby. You want to go watch Ryan? Did you finish your dinner?
So I'm putting this on my cheeks.
Okay, go on.
And I'm like,
Isabella Santiago!
What's up, Isabella? How you be, girl? I'm putting more of this on than I usually do because I did get sun today. Oh, and you guys, I think Wet n Wild is having a really good sale right now. If you like the Photo Focus foundation, it's on sale for half off on Wet n Wild's website. I think it's just for today, so check it out. And yes, this looks green when you put it on, but the reason you put green over red, and I've said this a couple times, but I'll say it again, is because there's a color wheel, and on the color wheel, red sits opposite of green. So if you mix red and green together, it would make brown, because they both eliminate each other. Just same thing with like yellow and blue. Eliminate each other, make brown. Actually, those make green. Peach and blue make brown. But red and green cancel each other out. So in order to obtain a more natural skin color, since my skin is red, I put the green over it, and it balances everything out and gives me an more even skin tone. Now, I have yet to find a green color corrector that literally hides all the redness. Like, my redness always peeks through. But the Jeffree, you just throwing on my makeup. The Jeffree Star is definitely the best I have found, though. And then, guys, and this is a question and answer session, so if any of you have any questions about makeup, I will answer them.
Hold, please. Let me catch up on comments.
Okay.
Eric Garcia is here.
Hey, Eric.
So is Painting the Roses Red.
Becky.
I am Spangies.
Melissa.
Lead Male 12. And Brandy Reynolds.
Brandy.
No, the Hulk is not out tonight.
No, because it looked green, and it still kind of does a little bit, but when I put my foundation on, it won't.
And that green cancels out the red.
You guys, I am like freckle central right now. And it's funny because nobody knows I have freckles because I wear too much makeup.
So if the Hulk wanted to be less green, would he have to have like a red concealer?
Yes. Yes. Okay. So
Taylor
now,
loves your mirror, says
Thank
Tia.
you. Thank you.
I don't know who Taylor is.
Taylor is her daughter.
Oh.
Alright, so now this is everything I do before I put foundation on. So this is my thing. So if you guys have any questions about primers or prepping your skin, now would be a good time to ask before I put foundation on.
Questions.
If you don't have questions, that's fine too.
Okay, Living the Dream wants to know.
Yes.
How often should you replace your makeup sponge?
That's a good question. It depends on how often you wash it.
She hits hers with an alcohol bath every so often.
Okay, I mean, really the best thing to do is put your beauty sponge in a cup or like a bowl with like a cup of water, like a teaspoon of olive oil, and either a little bit of dish soap or some soap shavings. Put it in the microwave for like 30 seconds, and then just do this. It'll get all of this nasty stuff out, and it gets it clean.
You can get Jeffree Star concealer on his website or from Beautylish.
Beautylish has it too, and so does Morphe. But here's the thing. That's the best way to do it because the olive oil and the soap and everything gets rid of all the makeup in here. These are like hotbed contamination. That's why I didn't use this one. You can soak them overnight if you want, and then let you know. But really,
they're inexpensive unless you're using the name brand.
Beauty blender, they're not inexpensive. Here's the way to make them last longest. If you clean them after every single use, they will last you months and months. If you are like me and forget to clean them, then you have to replace them every so often. But yeah, if you're cleaning them after every time you use them, then you should get a lot of use out of it until it falls apart.
Yeah, Spangy said she washes hers with face wash after she uses it.
Yeah, and that is a great habit to get in. I'm just not good at it. And you don't have to use face wash, Melissa. You can use sulfate paraben-free shampoo, or you can literally use like Dawn dish soap. Those are actually the best things for like your brushes and sponges and things like that. You don't have to use because your face cleanser is going to have things in it like oils and things that are actually make moisture like contained in your skin, so it would actually breed more moisture in your sponges. That's why you use Dawn or liquid dish soap, because it actually cuts through oil and everything and gets your stuff clean.
Yeah, olive oil soap microwave that
30
works.
seconds at a time.
Don't cook it too much.
Okay, so in the winter, I usually use, because my skin is super dull, I will use the Cover FX drops, and I mix it with my foundation so that I get a really nice radiant glow, even though my skin is dry. But I'm not as dry in the summer as I am in.
Oh, baby shampoo would work too. Very gentle.
Yeah, but it's not necessary. You see what I'm saying? Like, you literally can go to the dollar store and get like.
I don't want to put harsh things on their face. Things
But
that are
it's
going
not.
to touch their face.
Okay, sure. I mean, whatever. Alright, so I'm going to use my Light Diffusing Foundation Moisture Infusion SPF 25.
Should have put that on your back before you went to the pool.
I put SPF 50 on my back. Don't test me. So, you can do your makeup one of two ways. When I mix the Cover FX with it, I actually put little dots all over my face and then mix it together because I find it works best. If I'm just using foundation, I apply mine straight to my sponge, and then I just do this. And I hit my cheeks first because that's where I need the most coverage. Then my forehead, then my nose, then my chin. And then I
It's
just
like a
blend it out.
Rorschach test.
Then I just blend it out. And this is too late for me now. One day in the sun. Oh no! It'll be alright.
You know, I feel bad because
If anyone's
we
asking
didn't
questions,
sing Tia in.
we didn't sing anyone in.
We've sung people in, and Tia thinks that I'm being mean and kind of singling her out.
Oh my gosh.
Why don't we give Tia her own special song right now?
Go for it.
I need you to get in there with me.
I'm blending. You need to make amends with Tia, not me.
Well, then maybe I'll give her a special end of the show song when you're done. I gotta cook something up.
So you can use foundation. You can put on with a sponge. You can use a brush. You can use your fingers. You can use, I mean, really anything you want. The sponges do absorb some of your makeup. They do have silicone sponges. I don't like them as much. The ones that I have used tend to leave marks. I want my skin to look even. I want my foundation to look even. And it tends to leave marks. Brushes do too, but I will tell you, like, the Chic Elite brushes that I got, that are like this kind of brush, these actually work really well because they blend it in, and the hairs are so firmly packed that you don't get a lot of transfer, and it doesn't give you those marks on your face. So if you wanted to use a brush, these kind of Artiste brushes are the best
Is that what that's called?
That's what the expensive brand's called.
Oh, okay.
They're like $85 for one.
Whew. Oh, Lord.
And I'm like, how nice can... I mean, it's got to feel like amazeballs, right? Okay, so my foundation is on. Now, there is some debate in the makeup artist community about whether you should do your eyes first or your face first. It depends on me. For me, it depends. Like, I prefer to do my face first and then do my eyes. Some people like to do their eyes first because then if you have any fallout or, you know, anything, then you can get rid of that before you put your face on. I tend to like to see the whole picture come together. So I start from foundation and then go through my eyes. If you do that, you do have to be a little bit more careful about your under eye area. So,
Living the Dream wants to know, do those brushes work for textured skin, or is the sponge better?
I don't really think there's much of a difference. That's a really good question. I feel like actually you probably would get better coverage with the brush because the sponge is just going to kind of, it just pats the makeup on your face, or is like pushing the makeup into your skin, whereas this is kind of gliding along the surface. As long as you're not putting a lot of pressure on it, it's gliding along the surface, and it's soft enough that any kind of texture is going to bend the brush as well, so it's going to give you a more even coverage. I think these would actually be better for people that have problems with texture. And if you use my code, which you can find on any of my videos, you get 10% off your entire purchase, even on sale stuff. So, try them out.
Dang.
I don't promote, so that was me promoting. Okay, so I'm foundation. Ugh, it doesn't look great because my skin is too dark. Apologies. Now I'm going to conceal. Now, there's also debate about whether you should put concealer first or foundation first. My theory on that, or my thought process on that, is you don't know what to conceal until after you put your base. I'm just gonna keep pulling back this paint theory. So you got your base coat with your primers, and you primed your wall, your face, so that it's everything even and ready to go for paint. So then you put your foundation on, which is like your paint. So you've got this nice, pretty texture, and then you start to see when it dries, you're like, ooh, I need to touch up right there. I didn't get as much that. So that's what concealer does. Concealer is going to eliminate the things that foundation didn't cover. Or it's also, if you bake and things like that, going to highlight and accent areas of your face. So you don't know which areas that you need to highlight and accent until you have your base down.
The code can be found
on any of my videos.
Any video.
Not live, just my regular videos.
And the site is?
It is Royal and Langnickel. The site, there's a link. You can just click it and it goes right to the site. You use the code No Drama at checkout and you get 10% off all your brushes, and that is including anything that's on clearance or sale. There's also another link down there. I'm not really going to talk about it yet because I haven't gotten the box, but I am an affiliate with Try Beauty now, and if you use my code No Drama with Try Beauty, you get 20% off your first box, which is a really good deal, and they're bi-monthly, but I'm not going to talk about them yet because I haven't gotten the box and I don't want to mislead people. Okay, I'm not going to use a Jeffree Star concealer because it's too white, and I'm too dark right now. So I'm going to use my Catrice, good old Catrice. Where is it? There.
I move stuff around.
It's a little darker than the Jeffree. I really need Jeffree to restock his concealer so I can get C5, because that's really my color anyway. So I'm doing, because I like to bake and make my eyes look, and I have dark circles, I go at it with concealer. Now, if you wear a really thin foundation, or you're more of a natural look kind of girl, or you're doing just like a BB cream or a CC cream or something, you're not going to do this, because this will look silly. What?
Mamala is
Hey,
going
Mama.
is going to make me and Tia sit and tell one another 5 things we like about each other.
That's a perfect idea. You guys should do that. You should do that.
I have no actual beef with Tia. I love Tia. She's a great supporter and a wonderful
She's a
person.
sponge.
And she has her great channel now.
She does. If you guys haven't checked out Tia, please subscribe to her. She's awesome. She gets more and more comfortable with videos every time she posts one. She did this awesome review of a beauty box that someone sent her, and it was like
Be still?
Be Still, maybe Be Still boxes, I think was what it was called.
I hear that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I hear it's very custom, and they're limited edition. So this I do to highlight my face because I want everyone to focus on this part of my face and not this part of my face. What?
Tia said, I love Larry, ellipses to an extent.
Ooh.
But then JK.
Larry, you and her husband are very similar. Except for the video games. So I'm just blending this into my foundation. Now, the Catrice is very good for a drugstore option because it's like $5. The Jeffree Star is better. It's $22. But I don't have to use nearly as much of it. And I get no lines under my eyes. Like, no lines at all. So
Casey Thomas wants to know what baking is in regards to makeup.
excellent question. I'm about to show you. Baking is when you put powder on top of concealer and let the heat of, okay, because there's a lot of warmth under your eyes because there's a lot of blood vessels there. And the skin is thinner, so it's a very warm area. So if you put your concealer down and then you put your powder on top of it, it kind of does this thing that they like to call baking. And what it is the warmth of your skin helps the concealer blend better with the powder and makes your eyes stand out more. It's a way to kind of get a nice highlight without highlighting.
One of the many makeup innovations brought to us
By
from the wonderful people of the drag community.
Pride Month.
Pride Month.
So I'm going in with my Jeffree Star concealer. Now, if you're gonna bake, you can either use a damp sponge, you can use a brush, you can use whatever you want. If you're really into it, which I'm gonna show you guys, damp sponge is better. If you just want to kind of slightly bake, I would use either a brush or a dry sponge. But all you do is you just press that powder. I mean, and it does look ridiculous. You put way too much on, and then you put it off, take it off.
Your gorky poopy princess is back.
I didn't know she left.
She was driving and listening.
So you put what looks like an obnoxious amount of powder. That's baking. I'll show you. The finished result is very pretty. And then, okay. See, I'm really good at analogies. So this is kind of like back in the day when you wrote with ink and you wanted it to dry faster and look finished and good and not move. They put sand over it so that it would take all the moisture out and dry and easier. This is kind of what that's doing. You can also do this anywhere you put foundation because I have not powdered. So like if you wanted to highlight this area, because this is a good area to highlight right above your jawline because then you contour under your jaw. You can bake here.
There, everywhere.
You can bake on your forehead.
Ooh, see, I didn't know that. I thought it was just the under the eyes thing.
No, that's usually where I would do it. Bake on your nose.
Oh.
Make it look like you have a drug problem. Anywhere you put concealer, you can bake. So usually what you do, some people like to bake and like the whole time they're doing their eye makeup. I'm not one of those people, but so you'll start to feel like you start feeling it dry because your face doesn't have any powder on it, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, okay, it's starting to dry. So that's when you take your big old brush. Ooh, I have 2 brushes. I only need 1. And you start. Basically all you're doing is you're just fluffing it off. But if you see where I put it is lighter. But, and people are like, oh, I don't want to do that because it's going to give me look cakey. It actually doesn't. It actually makes your concealer look more natural. Because if you let it warm up with your body temperature with your concealer, the powder, then instead of looking like dry and powdery under your eyes because you have concealer on, and then you just slap some powder on, it kind of melts into your skin.
She is so pretty, Ava Drum. I
Oh,
agree.
thank you. Oh, hey, Ava. That's Kelly's daughter.
Oh!
Yeah. What's up, Ava?
Is
Thanks
it?
for- yeah. Yes.
Oh.
Absolutely. Okay. So setting powder is done. Some people don't like to powder their whole face. I don't.
Cake face.
I have problems with that. Like, it gives me anxiety when people don't use powder. You don't have to use a heavy powder or a mattifying powder. They make powders that are for dry skin. But if you're wearing foundation, like if you just want to wear like a tinted moisturizer or a BB cream, fine, don't use powder. But if you're putting foundation on your face, you best be putting powder on it because that's what makes your makeup last. It's setting your makeup. So just like the baking is setting your concealer. So if you don't set your makeup, then it's gonna like during the day. That's why sometimes if you see in the mirror like your makeup starts separating, or like you wipe your face and it transfers all over the place, that's why. So if you set it with just a little bit of translucent powder, it doesn't have to look powdery. It just needs to be set. It needs to be set. For the love of God, set your face.
Living the dream said her skin is too dry for baking. It makes her look so cakey.
My skin is also dry, and if you heard what I said, if you're baking correctly, you actually look less cakey than you do if you just put concealer on.
Ooh, shots
Maybe
fired.
you
Shots
should listen to that.
fired. Wah, wah, wah,
You have
wah.
to find the right concealer powder combination. There are powders that are specifically designed for baking. They are a lot finer milled than a lot of powders. Jeffree Star is a very good one. Actually, the Coty Air Spun, which is $5 at the drugstore, is also a very good one. You have to use a really finely milled powder, and you have to let it sit. You see how I put my concealer on, and then I really pushed the powder. I didn't swipe it with like a brush. I didn't pat it. I pushed it in to the eyes, and then you let it sit for a couple minutes. And then when you wipe it off, it doesn't look cakey. I have really dry skin too. So it doesn't look cakey because it melts together. Now, if you just slap some foundation or slap some concealer on and then powder it and then that's it, yes, it's going to look cakey. That looks cakey on everybody.
Oh, she said she heard it. She just doesn't believe it.
I mean, you don't have to believe me.
I
did make you look pretty that one time, though, didn't I? Didn't I?
She said to zoom in.
You can zoom in.
Oh, Casey Thomas said she wants to be able to do her makeup like you when she grows up. I think it would be better if I could zoom.
I mean, I have lines under my eyes. I'm 35 years old, but
Not cakey.
not cakey. Does everybody agree that I'm not cakey?
Achy breaky.
I'll wait.
Uh-oh. Oh no.
What have you done?
I've messed up the camera. Hold, please. Better.
Okay.
Camera trick.
Did everyone? It was a camera trick? Oh, okay. I get it. Alright, so now I'm going to go on. I do not like how it smells. I hate how it smells.
What, Cody?
This Ulta,
Oh.
but I love this bronzer. So I'm all about matte bronzers. I don't mind a little glow in my blush and stuff, but
Oh.
it just smells. What?
Tia said you're a gorgeous lady up close and from afar.
Oh, Tia. So are you, darling. Okay, so I'm gonna swirl my brush. I'm gonna bronze. So I'm bronzing. Ugh, I hate the way it smells. I'm bronzing, just like running it right along my jawline and then kind of up.
Yeah, Tia's kind of a brown noser.
I'm just kind of trying to warm my face up. She's not a brown noser. She's sweet. She can be quite salty as well. Alright. So what I'm doing is I'm narrowing my face space. Pulling attention to the center of my face and away from my jowls.
Oh, Casey said why bronze, but I guess you're kind of explaining that.
Yeah, bronzing just, well, one, tan skin looks thinner than pale skin. That's the point. That is, so also it helps accentuate, like I have a really round face. So bronzing gives you a healthy glow, but also pushes all the attention towards the center of your face, which makes you look thinner. So I basically, you take your bronzer under your cheekbone and up toward your temple and then up to your head. And so that way basically it's making your face look smaller. And then you just kind of go right here with it. And this also, because if you're going to contour, which I'm going to because I'm trying to go over all the steps, bronzing is like your base for contour. Because contour, you're going to use a darker color, but you don't want that everywhere. So just like when you're doing a transition and you deepen up your transition slowly to make it have more impact, it's the same thing with bronzing. You're deepening it up slowly to give yourself better cheekbones, lifted cheekbones, better jawline, thinner nose, but you got to start with a base color. Now,
And then?
I'm going to use my Cover Effects. Love this thing. What kind of magical unicorns made this? What'd you just break?
Nothing.
What did you break?
Nothing.
So there's all kinds of brushes you can use for contouring. If you're just contouring with your cheeks, I recommend a brush that's shaped like this. And you just pat it lightly, because you can always add more. It's hard to take away. And you're going to start right at your ear line and just kind of make a line. And then work the line. So basically what you just did with the bronzer, but a little bit more precise. And that is contouring, ladies and gentlemen.
So bronzing's kind of like the rough sketch, and then...
Yes, and contouring is not something you have to do. You don't have to contour. I'm just showing all the steps. So, and then if you want to contour right here, that's going to kind of diminish any jowls anyone might have.
I believe contouring is another contribution from the drag community.
Yes and no.
I gotta get those Pride Week plugs in.
Okay, well sure. It's Pride Month, honey.
Pride Month,
It's a whole month now.
That's good.
It's very good. Alright. And then doing this in an angle on your chin, if you have a wider chin or you have a double chin, it's going to hide that. So you basically just take your brush and go like this. And that makes your chin appear pointier.
Daddy, I'm still hungry.
You're
That's
still
'cause you didn't eat all your
hungry.
dinner.
You still have dinner on the table.
Well, then you're not hungry.
And you're not hungry.
Only one.
Only one? Okay.
And then if you want your nose to appear longer, you can go with your contouring brush. Now, see, I like to use this one for that. You just go into there, and you're going to go on both sides of your nose. And then, what?
Tia wants to know what you do if you have a triple chin.
I don't know. I have, do this. Did mine go away?
Casey said she was taught years ago that a fair-skinned woman shouldn't use bronzer. That's why she's confused.
I am very fair, but they make bronzer. Okay, back in the day, even when I started in makeup, bronzers were like brown, like orange brown. And if you were tan, you used bronzers. If you were pale, you used blush. That's still true. If you're not comfortable wearing bronzer, you don't have to. However, I'm pale as a ghost.
Ooh.
And if you use bronzer properly and you put it on with a stippling brush, which means all the hair doesn't come to the end, so it's going to give you a really diffused look. It can look really natural and make your skin, make your
A
features
glow.
jump. And it also pops your features out. It makes your cheekbones, I mean, I'm sure you guys know it, you can tell that now I have cheekbones.
It's your amazing bone structure.
Yeah, I know. Okay, so that's my contouring lesson. Thus endeth the lesson.
Spangy said she heard gray tones are better for pasty pirates.
No.
No.
The tone of, okay, The tones that you use that look better with your skin have nothing to do with how light or dark you are and have everything to do with your undertones. So if you are a more yellow, orange, olive skinned person, then the grayer undertones are going to look more natural because they balance out. If you are pinky, rosy colored, then you want something that's going to warm you up. I mean, that's what?
Brandy said she doesn't wear bronzer much because she has a long, thin face, like a 90-year-old boob.
Brandy, okay, well you can still use bronzer. You just want to take your whole chin and your whole forehead. It'll make your face look wider.
Oh God!
A 90-year-old boob.
Oh.
Okay, so I have bronze. Now, here's a little makeup trick about blush. Look at the palms. Okay, guys, go like this. Like make fists.
Like you're gonna punch your husband.
Make fists and like push your nails into the palm of your hand.
Yes.
Is everybody doing this? I really hope everyone is.
He's thinking about punching me right in the mouth.
Now let it go. So this color right here, can you want to zoom in or show?
No, we can see it.
Can you see that? This color, if you find blush, this color, that's going to be the most natural color blush on you. Because that's the color that you naturally flush when you're... I know.
Mind blown.
So that's how you find your blush color. This is called your Heart of Venus, and it is.
Oh, that sounds sexy.
Yeah. So that's the color. So mine is like a pinky color. I actually had like the perfect color. It took a long time to find. But
You did it wrong, Tia.
see. Stay confused.
She said she did it and her hand stayed normal.
Look right here, Tia. This part of your hand, right below your pinky, should be a darker color than the rest of your palm. If it isn't, maybe you should call a doctor.
Wait, now I'm trying it. Oh, like right there.
Yeah.
Okay. It may be higher up than it was on My Beautiful Wife. Because mine is doing it right under my pinky.
And blush, you want to put...
Queen Nova Donkey. Hello.
And with blush, you want to put almost too much on because like I told you, it does blend into your face. And you want to keep most of it on the apples of your cheek and then just kind of brush it lightly up. Now, if you want to look super fresh-faced and young, you can also take a little bit of brush on the tip of your nose, blush on the tip of your nose, and it gives you that, like, glow.
The what now?
Glow. So I'm just applying. This is Ofra.
Could be from your anemia.
What?
She said it went lighter.
Right, and then look at it after when the blood comes back. Or Tia, you just don't need to wear blush. You're just so naturally beautiful.
Oh.
So this looks like a lot of blush. It is a lot of blush. That's a lot of blush. That's too much blush. It's too much tuna.
Too much tuna, baby.
And you want to make sure you're kind of getting up a little higher too, because sometimes I tend to keep it low. That's a lot of blush, but I did that on purpose because you guys have all heard me talk about veiling. Veiling is when you take a big fluffy brush and blend everything in your face together. So that's what I'm using now.
Ooh.
I like to use my Guerlain Meteorites powder to do that. This is a finishing powder. It is light reflecting, so it gives you like a really nice glow without looking sparkly.
Them's Cadbury mini eggs in
These are
there.
not Cadbury mini eggs. No.
Oh.
So just dap my brush, my kabuki brush in that, and I mean I'm pretty rough with it. You just kind of blend. And see, I'm going to show you one side versus the other side. See? Can you tell the difference?
Yeah. Def.
And guys, please, if you have questions, feel free. You can interrupt me. My husband will interrupt me.
I have no problem with that.
Otherwise, I just jabber. So. Ugh, this smells so good.
Ooh, can we discuss highlighting?
We can. I don't usually highlight right now, but we can discuss it. What would you like to discuss?
Fire away, Casey Thomas.
I'm about to do my brows. I do highlighting last because I feel like it's like frosting a cake.
Frosting.
Ta-da! Veiled.
So it's like baking your blush.
What? What is?
What you veiling?
No,
It's blending.
Veiling is blending. You can do veiling with the dry without powder. I use a finishing powder because I am dry, so I like the finishing powder that has the light reflecting pearls in it because it gives me more of a dewy, radiant complexion. But if you don't want to put more powder on your face, you can literally just take a big buffing brush. It's better to use ones that, as I talk and try to find things, that are flat on the top. And you can just buff it in with a flat brush, and that will blend in, so you don't have lines. So it's not like bronzer, blush, highlight. It's kind of all mixity mix.
Sounded like you were censoring yourself. It's a big buffing brush. Buffing? Yeah.
It is a big buffing brush.
I know. Never mind. You know what I mean.
Yeah, but that's silly. Okay, so I'm gonna do my brows now. I have done 2 brow tutorials, and I've talked about it a lot, but I'm gonna do it again. Okay. So the first thing to know about your brows is where are they? In your face. So first thing, even if you don't have brows, people are like, I don't have brows. There's hair there. There might not be a lot, but there's hair there. So you want to go through with the spoolie and just kind of brush your brows. Now the reason I don't do brow demonstrations on myself is because I could not put anything in my brows and it would look fine. Not everyone is that fortunate. So here is on my face how you do that. So your brows, it's actually a geometric equation. Okay. So if you put your brush on the center of your cheek.
All right, Casey. Well, she can probably better address your questions when she gets to highlighting, and she can show you exact
like
placement.
A question, then yeah.
No, she was just curious about the best highlight placement for ladies with face shapes like yours and hers.
What are you trying to say, Casey?
I mean, beautiful's not a shape.
Beautiful face shapes. Okay. So here's how you do your brows.
What's up, unique life?
Center of your cheek with your hand. Hold your brush against your eye or against your brow. Where the brush hits you on the bridge of your nose, obviously you can do it lower, okay? Right there. So basically you want to line your brush up with the corner of your eye at an angle. So where the brush is hitting me is where my brows should start, which mine don't start there. That's why they're drawn in. Then you go tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, and you go just past the iris of your eye. If you stare straight ahead, you should be just past the iris of your eye. This is the high point of your brow. That's the highest it should go. Or not the highest, but that's where your high point should be. Then you go tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, and you line your brush up so it's even with the corner of your eye, and that's where your brow should end. Yes? No? Questions? Comments? Concerns? Get out of here, Jessica. Now, some people like pencils, some people like the mascara. It just really depends on your personal preference. Ooh. This is usually the part I skip on my videos because it takes long. So if you guys have questions, this will be the time to ask. You also want to be lighter on the front part of your brow and darken it, get it darker towards the center and the end. That's more natural looking. No one talking.
Not currently. Makes me kind of sad.
Makes me sad. Alright. Is no one watching?
No, there's people here.
Now if you're drawing in your brows, you do want to use really short motions to kind of emulate the appearance of hair. And then what you do is you go back with your spoolie and you brush it to make it look even more natural.
Spoolie.
Ta-da. Now, if you really want to accentuate it,
Ooh, blonde brows.
just do a like a taupe color. They make eyebrow pencils for blondes. You just want to use like a taupe, like a shade or two darker than your hair color. Now, if you really want to make your brow pop, you can take a brow highlighter, which this is just a wax pencil. This is from Benefits. It's the highbrow. And you can go, you start right at the high point arch of your brow and just kind of add a little bit of that color right there. And then blend it with your finger. And I always like to do a little bit right here too because I usually mess up. And it kind of helps clean it up.
If you have good naturally thick brows, you probably don't have to do a whole lot.
Yeah, and
with
they
them.
also make like a clear brow gel too, which is nice because it's it just kind of keeps your brows from looking unruly, and just more like because you can make your eyebrows look done even if you don't actually put any color on them. So.
Hi, Trisha's motivational moment.
Hello, Trisha.
Do, 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 do.
So if anyone has any questions, Casey, if you want to ask me your highlighter question now. Oh no, because you want to know where to put it. So.
Yeah, I think it'll be
You
easier
have to
to
wait.
visual demonstration.
Now, earlier, Whimsy Creek Megan asked me
She ain't here.
what a cut crease was because she did not know. So a cut crease, I'm going to explain that while I'm doing my brow.
I think people have asked for a cut crease video.
I've done a cut crease video. People just don't know that it's a cut crease. A cut crease is anytime you do your shadow, right? Like you do a shadow all over your eye, and then you use some sort of liquid or gel, either concealer or liquid eyeshadow, and you cut out your crease. You carve out your eyelid so that you have a sharp, distinct line between the color that's above your eye and the color that's below.
Yo, 23KC.
That is what a cut crease is. Hair, 23 kc. Oh, that one. Okay, these are not twins. I use a darker brow brush than I usually use, or brow pencil, because I was trying to illustrate, and I think I made a mistake. And I'm trying to talk this hair.
ABH has an amazing clear brow gel.
I'm sure they do.
I like ABH.
I like their shadows. Also, another trick, if you have really full brows and you want to trim, you can use a spoolie to like pick up your hairs, and then like everything that's not in the line that you want your brow to be, you can trim. I don't do that. I just brush them down. But I have those hairs. I just brush them. Alright, so these are not twins at all. They are very dark. Sorry, guys. I mean, that's a look. That's a look I just did.
Oh
Does that look
no!
crazy? Does that look crazy? A little crazy.
Service in the car is shoddy. Yay for not missing the brows. Where are you headed now? Becky.
What?
It's Becky. They're in the car.
Oh,
They must still be on the road.
Yeah, they're probably still road tripping.
Road trip.
Alright, so it's time to do my eyes. How many people do we have in here?
Looks like a dozen.
A dozen. A dirty dozen.
A dirty dozen.
Okay. So, eyelids. There's so many different things you can do with your eyelids. The one hard and fast rule that I support and say you should use all the time, you should always prime your eyelids when you're if you're putting eyeshadow on your eyes, you need to prime your eyelids. This is why. What did you just pull out? It smells delicious. More pork chops?
Yeah, I just had them. I turned the oven off. They were just chilling in
I
there.
might want another one. The reason you prime your eyes is because your eyelids naturally can be oily. So sometimes if you put eyeshadow on, it will change color, it distorts the color, it doesn't blend as well. Sometimes your eyes will actually absorb the color, which happens with me. Like if I put green eyeshadow on my bare eyes, there's like no color there. Like I don't know where it goes,
You
but
have bare eyes?
it's just gone. But if you put a primer on, a base on, then whatever you're putting on top of it is going to be truer to color. It's going to blend better. It's going to stick better. I don't understand how people don't use eyeshadow base. But if you don't, okay. No judgment, but kind of.
But you are judging.
So I personally like MAC Panelly Pot. There, can you come over here? There's probably comments.
Okay, I'll catch up. I'm basting these pork chops right here.
So I like to make the Panelly Pot. Elf makes a good one called Smudge Pot if you want a cheaper version. Because the Panelly Pot, I think is like $20.
But it's lasted you so long.
Yeah, it lasts a really long time. You guys think about how much I do makeup, so. And I still have probably at least half my pot left. And I've had it for at least 6 months.
He hasn't smoked it all yet.
We live in Mississippi. We don't do that.
It was a joke.
And whenever you're putting stuff on your eyes with your finger, you want to use your ring finger because that is the finger that has the least amount of strength on your
Josh
hand.
says hey. Becky's Josh.
Oh, hey, Josh. That was
Okay, Beauties and Foodies says
use your ring finger. Sorry.
on eyeshadows, what colors complement your eye color? Like mine are green some days and blue others.
Okay. So there are colors that naturally. Hold on. Let me set this before it dries, and then I will.
You can't always get a color wheel.
Yeah, but that doesn't always work with eyes. So if your eyes are green and they turn blue, they're probably mostly green, and then they have like flecks. And then my sisters do that. My sisters are brown and they turn green. Green eyes, no. Green eyes, your best color, and a lot of times, if you want to just do like a neutral eye, and then do a pop of a colored eyeliner, that actually will bring your eyes out the most. Because you can get ones that are still like dark, so they don't really look like a color from afar. So green eyes look best with purple.
Ooh.
Brown eyes look best with plums and pinks. Blue eyes look best with neutral tones like golds and coppers. Gray eyes look good with everything because they're gray.
Ooh, neutral.
So, but there's no hard and fast rule. That's if you want to bring the color out in your eyes. Like if you have brown eyes and you want to bring the color out in your eyes, you can use green, you can use pink. If you have green eyes, you use purple, you can use copper. Like those are colors that are going to bring the natural color out in your eye. But no one is saying that you have to use one color. Does anybody have any like?
Yes, but there's. I'm
I'm not
letting
asking
you
about a
finish.
question. I was asking what palette I should use.
Oh, I've got a question for you.
Okay.
Brandy Reynolds
Yes, Miss Brandy.
does not have an eye primer. Would it be better to use face primer, concealer, or neither?
That is a very good question. You can use concealer. Concealer is an excellent substitute for eye primer. Just remember, ring finger.
Are you in Mississippi now, Becky? She said she's waving to us in Mississippi.
Stop by. Where are you? Come get it.
She may not be here. She just may have said.
Did anyone have any suggestions what they wanted me to use?
Which palette should our lovely hostess use? I bet Tia's gonna say berries and
I'm not
cream.
using berries and cream.
She didn't say it, but I just assumed she was going to
Yeah,
say
I'm
it.
not using berries and cream, and I'm not using Born to Run, but I'll use anything else. Just name a palette, I probably have it.
Casey says blue blood.
Girl wants
Yeah.
to know how to do a neutral hooded eye and then tells me to do a blue blooded.
I don't know if Tia's being facetious because she asked if you had a BH one.
I have lots of BH cousins.
I know, you just did one with
I literally
2 BH palettes.
Yeah,
Ugh.
I have Love Signs, I have Color Festival, I have Royal Affair, and
Ugh.
I have Desert Oasis.
Sandy A7 representing. No?
I'm gonna make Tia. Okay, I have all of the
Love Signs.
Okay. I gotta find it. I think everybody does Love Signs. It's a good thing. Ah!
What do you mean it's a thing?
I don't know. I feel like everyone uses Love Signs. I do have this new NYX one that I kind of want to use, but
Then just
no,
ignore
I
the
asked.
wishes of your fans.
I will not ignore the
AKA
wishes of my
Tia.
fans. Alright. I also have BH Cosmetics Studio Pro palette. Just so you know, like I have lots of BH palettes.
Why don't you do that one then?
I'm using Zodiac. Alright. So, Casey, to answer your first question, I put a light color all over my eye. So if you wanted to do a really easy look for a hooded eye, all you would do is take a neutral tone color that's a couple shades darker than your eyeball. So I'm going to go into the matte Taurus, which is a little bit dark. And I'm going to go real lightly right here. And I'm just basically windshield wiping right against the top of my eye.
Tia said use the Pro palette.
Well, Tia, I already pulled out Love Signs.
That's my fault. I was basting pork chops.
I mean, I can switch, but I'm showing Casey. So you can just do that, and that's a really nice, easy look. That's all you need. Put some mascara, liner on.
Fresh, clean,
Yeah, I mean, it's not a lot, but
natural.
it's just a little bit of color, and all it's doing is popping your eyeball out, which sounds gross, and kind of masking some of that hood. Now, if you have a mask and a hood, you might be a superhero. See? See how that pushes your eyes out and pushes the hood back? And now I'm gonna put this away and get out the Pro palette because Tia wants it. And what Tia wants,
Tia gets. Whatever Tia wants. Tia gets.
This is the Ultimate Artistry Shadow Palette. I also believe that's the name of the James Charles Morphe palette, but
I fixed it, Tia. Here's the Pro Studio.
got it.
Gosh.
Alright, so I'm going to deepen up my transition a little bit, just to add a little bit more pizzazz. Oh, this thing hates to be open. There we go. This is what it looks like. I'm missing one color because it fell out.
Oh no.
It's 42 colors. I have
41.
Alright, so I'm going to go in with a little bit darker brown.
Sad because 42 is the answer to everything.
And just kind of, if you can see, I'm just deepening that transition up a little bit. And the transition is the makeup term applied to the color that you use to transition from your eyelid to your brow.
He's being real quiet in there.
And that's fine. I'm just using kind of like a milk chocolate brown color.
Chocolate.
I don't really use browns a whole lot.
I want some chocolate.
Why don't you know? Why do you say that?
You said it first.
I was talking about eyeshadow.
I was talking about candy. And or cookies, cake, ice cream.
Alright. So as you can see, I just basically took that a little further. And I used a really fluffy transition brush. So now if you want to like deepen it up even more, I'm going to go in with a thinner tapered brush and go into like a semi-sweet chocolate.
Good for baking.
And I'm going to go right against my eye and do the little mini washer. Windshield washer versions. What? That's what I call it.
I know. I just like your particular vernacular,
I have my own words.
makeup
And
wise.
see if you see, I don't know if you guys can see the difference. Ready? That's the I did, that's the I didn't.
Oh.
Didn't.
Oh.
Can you tell? It's just giving you a little bit more dimension, a little bit more shadow, which pops your eye out further. And I actually haven't used any of the browns in here, and they're quite impressive.
Most impressive.
It was better than the ones I used last time.
Ooh,
I
dang.
didn't say brand.
Throwing shade for people who can follow things chronologically.
Alright, so now, because I don't want any I want it to be very well blended. Oh, you can never blend too much unless you're trying to do an unblended look. I'm going to go back with the original brush that has nothing on it. I didn't add any color to it, and I'm just going to blend all those three colors together. Which I know people sometimes are like, well, Jessica, why don't you just put one color on then if you're blending them all. But placement does matter because it does go darkest to lightest.
That's the coward's way out.
Yeah, you want to go darkest to lightest and have that dimension. That's why you don't just put one brown color on your eye, which you can. I mean, if you want to, you can make it as simple or as hard as you want. Was that Beckett? He literally just ran by.
I just saw a shadow.
Yeah, I just saw him just go, and then he went and grabbed a pork chop bite and then ran back to the bench.
Or is there a ninja in here?
No, it was Beckett. Okay, so now I have.
Was that the night ninja?
No, it was Beckett. So if I were going to do a cut crease, which sure, I'll do. Since multiple people have asked about that. I'm going to take a brush, a little tiny brush, and I'm going to take the Stila Shimmer and Glow in Boheme. I'm going to put some of that on my back of my hand. So that's what I used to do as a makeup artist. The back of your hand is like your palette. And I'm going to take that brush. This will be an excellent time for you to zoom in. I'm sure over there. So a cut crease is where you take your eyeshadow, your liquid eyeshadow or your concealer, whatever you're going to use, and you're just making a really precise line that separates your eyelid from your crease. That's why it's called a cut crease. And the reason a lot of people do this is because then you're going to put an incredibly different color on your eyelid and it's going to look super sharp. So that is a cut crease. Did that answer everyone? Is Gina in here?
Mm-mm.
I'm gonna tell her we sent her box back to her. Alright.
Is a cut crease good for hooded eyes?
Not particularly, no. Because it calls attention to that area. So, no. Sorry.
Boom, 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 boom.
Okay, so you see I did that just on my eyelids. So now I can go back in with a packing brush and deposit a color, and it's going to show up super sharp just on my eyelid. And I'm using green.
Kind of a sagey green.
It's more of a pea green. Fell out. Alright, so I'm doing that pea green on the inside corner. Remember, when you're packing color, you don't want to swipe, you want to tap. And the reason you don't swipe is because you end up getting more fallout and you're just moving your shadow around as opposed to packing the color on. Alright, so now I have green on the inside. And I'm going to stick with that theme, and I'm going to use like a darker olivey green on the outside.
Oh.
So, just pack that on. Ooh, fallout.
New Vegas.
Ooh.
Ooh, that looks cool. I like it.
Thanks. It has my husband's seal of approval.
Dun, 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 dun. What everyone is interested in makeup. My seal of approval.
Yeah, I'm just packing on that darker color, blending it into the lighter color. And then I'm going to do kind of a halo.
And that's all the same palette, huh?
Yep.
That's a good one.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, it's got 40 some colors.
41.
41. Alright, so I've mixed those together, but there's still two like obvious lines where they stop. So when you do a halo, you can kind of blendy blend on the sly.
Blendy blend on the slide.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That I'm saying.
I like
with
it.
that.
No,
saying
I'm
with it.
into it.
So I'm gonna use kind of a fuller eyeshadow brush. That's not the right brush. I have very particular brush needs. I'm going to use an Anastasia brush, the shadow end, and you want to go in with a color that kind of like, you either want it to be completely different than the two colors, so it just is like, what, whoa, or you want it to blend the two colors together. I think
Wait, so what are the two options?
Okay, you can either choose a color that's not like it all, so it's like, what, whoa, or you can use one that's in between and kind of blend them together.
I like the first option.
Okay, so we'll do the what, whoa. Alright, so I'm going to use... Ooh, I don't know. I'm going to use this coral color. I've been into coral lately.
Coral.
And this is just going to add a weird kind of cool dimension to my eye. And also not make it look like an obvious transition between the two colors.
Oh, it's giving you kind of an iridescent look going here.
Like a shifty shift?
Oh, what color shift?
A little shifty shift. And sometimes, you know, when you work with not complementary colors like coral and green, they actually end up looking really good because it confuses your eyeballs. Hold on. Ugh. So if you ever get too much fallout and you start looking really dark in your eyes, you can go back with your sponge and just kind of go like this, and it gets rid of all that.
Parenting, please. Pamper me with Prosecco and cheese.
I love that. So that's what that looks like.
How are you doing tonight? I think we're doing good.
Shall I darken it up, or should I just leave it alone?
You never just leave it alone, Jessica. Why do you even ask?
Okay, first of all, don't call me Jessica.
It's your name.
I know, but I don't like it when you call me by my name. Call me by your name.
You can call me by your name. Larry.
Grandma. Alright, so
It's a great film.
now I'm going to go in with a matte, that darker matte color, and kind of just re-emphasize the outside corner. If you want to make your eyes look bigger, you always want to stick your lighter colors on the inside and your dark colors on
Sweet
the outside.
cheeks.
What? Who called me sweet cheeks?
Tia.
Oh,
Reminded of a name that you once gave to me.
don't do that.
I can't say that.
Yeah, let's not. There's children in here.
You can tell. You can tell.
I'm not telling anybody. That's embarrassing.
It's funny.
It's not funny. Okay, anyway. So now I have that on. I'm gonna kill you. And now on my lower lash line, I'm going to use the darker green in the corner. And I'm going to use the coral on the inside. Who's laughing?
Now there's a
No.
demand. It's secret.
Nope. Not happening. It's not PG.
It's not PG-13.
It's not appropriate.
It is not appropriate for this particular forum.
For any form, actually. Alright. So what I'm going to do now did the coral and green. Thanks so much, Larry. I'm gonna take just a little blendy brush, doesn't matter what kind. And that first brown I went in with, I'm just gonna put just a little bit, because I like to smoke my eyes out a little. I just think it looks better on me. And so I'm just gonna smudge a little bit of that under my eye, just to make it so that the lines aren't very harsh. Like, makeup looks very good if you block the color out, or if you smudge it out and just it kind of dissipates into the wild. Okay. So now, last step for this, I'm going to take a big old brush and go in with a highlight color for my brow bone. I just saw him skid by again.
I did too.
Hey.
That's not me.
It's not you.
That's me.
I thought so. So I'm just highlighting under my brow, and then I'm going to take a little bit of a gold kind of champagne color.
Hi, Manders Beauties.
Hey! And just go in my
Okay,
socket.
Casey wants to know why use eyeshadow under the eyes when you're going to be using eyeliner.
Well, it's a softer look, and I do not put very much eyeliner under my eyes because one, my eyes, oh god, sorry, ugh, whew, my eyes water a lot, and I don't know, it's just a different approach. You don't have to do it. You can also just use eyeliner because it's softer. This is a softer look than eyeliner. So, but you can also achieve the same thing by putting eyeliner and just using like an eyelining brush, like a flat brush, and just kind of buffing it out. I just like the softer, more smoky, it's a smoky eye, that's why. I used way too many words to explain that.
Yes, but it's okay.
I'm using Sephora's liner in the color Diving in Malaysia.
What?
It's like a golden olive color.
That is the most random name.
And I just did like kind of a little V action on the outside corner of my eye. And same thing on the lower part, just to kind of widen my eye again.
That's going to be the name of my new band.
Diving in Malaysia.
Come check us out. We'll be at the Horseshoe this week. Diving in Malaysia.
So see, that's why I do it. Because see, you can see the color under the eyeshadow color, but the liner is just basically making my
What are words?
some words are gone. Eyelashes look better.
Had to go deep into the well for eyelashes.
Guys, and I'm trying so hard to not like slunch, but my back is burnt. It hurts when I put it again. I keep forgetting, and I'm like, why does my back hurt?
You baked yourself
I did.
like Kramer.
Okay, so now for mascara.
Mascara. Which
I'm
one
gonna
you using?
I'm gonna use Worth the Hype.
Oh, you've been going to that one.
Well,
Where's your huge?
I don't have an open one, so
What?
I'm using these other ones first. There it is.
Yeah, you should definitely pop your eyeball out.
Pop it out.
Pop it
So,
out.
I'm gonna use NYX. You always, when you open your mascara, you want to take the little dewdropper at the end off because it's gonna just
Pump
get everywhere.
it.
Do not pump it. Don't listen to my husband.
Pump it.
So when you do your mascara, you want to look down but not close your eyes. You want to start on the on the outside of your lashes, and then you roll towards your eyelid, and then go up. Ooh. A little too far because I was trying to. So you just roll and then go up.
Birmingham, Alabama, or Birmingham, England?
Who's that?
Casey Thomas.
Stop shaking the table.
Oh, my bad. How do you put mascara on your bottom lashes without getting it on your face?
Carefully.
Ha ha ha.
No.
How do you get to Carnegie Hall?
Well, it's one of those things. Well, yeah. I mean, it depends. If you don't have a lot of eyelashes on the bottom, then it might get on your eyes. It's kind of you have to decide whether you have enough eyelashes down there to make it worth it. If it's not worth it, then just do a little liner and it'll make your lash line look darker but not have actual lashes there. There's not like a tip for that. It's just,
Okay, Brandy has tons. So yeah, definitely just a deft touch, maybe practice a time you're not going to be going out and about.
The way I do it is I look down from the mirror and I have my face up and I'm just doing a little tiny jig, like jiggy.
I saw it.
I don't go, I'm probably about 1/4 of an inch actually away from my eyeball. I'm not actually going close to my eyelid. I'm basically just getting the tips of my lower lashes.
Because if you have a lot of lashes, they're going to catch that.
Yeah, so I just basically get the little tips of them.
Just the tip.
Just a tip. Stop. It's not late night. You're going to get me.
You repeated it right after
Well,
me.
that's because you said it.
And then you said it too.
Alright, so I usually do 3 coats of mascara. I do 2 coats, one right after another, and then I go back and do 1 more coat.
Okay, Ashley hates it in the bottom. She doesn't put it there.
That's what she said. Oh, I'm sorry, I couldn't help it. You guys, I just left it there. You just left it there.
I may have twisted her words slightly.
No. So, just jigsaw motions. Like I said, I'm about 1/4 to 1/8 of an inch away. And this is no guarantee. I get mascara under my eyes all the time. And the key to getting rid of it is letting it dry and then taking a Q-tip and just rolling it. And then it comes right off.
You can't use like a shop vac.
No, and you definitely shouldn't try doing it while it's wet because it'll just smear. And for like a $7 mascara, this is a really good mascara. I have Stila I just got because it was on sale half price at Sephora. It's in the box on the counter. And I also have the Wonder Beauty Mile High, which I do want to try because it's in that squeezy tube. So I think I'll probably try that next before going back to my Love. So it makes me appreciate my Stila more.
I don't know why I just thought of a video idea for you.
Okay.
This will be down the road. But you should do your, like at the end of the year, just do your top 10 favorite products from the
Tati does
year.
that. I can't like.
Tati doesn't own the lists.
Tati owns everything.
I love lists, and you love lists.
Okay, so my eyes are done, so now I'm gonna do a highlighter.
Living the Dream loves your spoolie trick for cleaning up mascara and liner. Works perfectly.
Yes, another thing you can do that's really awesome if you have lashes and they like to clump, is, where is it? Why can't I find it?
You can't tease the highlighter and then
I know.
not
but if
jump
you have
into
one of
it.
these brushes that has like the toothbrush on one side and this is a lash comb.
What's a
You
little
guys-
baby comb?
You guys didn't know what that is. You can get them. I have a metal one that actually works really well, but I can't find it right now. So, children have probably. So if you want to just go back through your lashes and kind of just separate them more, that's what that comb is for. This one is for your eyebrow. This one's for your lashes. This mascara doesn't clump very bad, but I just wanted to show you that in case you guys didn't know. You probably did. Now, onto my lips. No, I'm just kidding. I'm doing nothing. Okay.
Tia didn't. She's
Oh,
like
here's
my.
the
Her
metal one.
mind is
This
blown.
is the metal one. This one works really well. That's also, it's a great trick if you don't want your mascara to clump, but you like really like a mascara, but it's clumpy. Just careful, cause.
Hi, Mindy.
Hello.
Brandy says if she has any sample mascaras laying around, she uses that applicator on her bottom lashes.
Okay.
Okay, that works.
Highlighter.
And lippies.
And lippy. Okay, so I have like a green and neutral look going on, so I'm going to use Anastasia. I'm easy because it looks so beautiful. Okay, so highlighting. Basically, the rule with highlighter, this is for Casey, she's been waiting so patiently. The rule with highlighter is you don't want to go past kind of like where the high point of your brow is. Because the closer you go in, this is the skin on your cheeks that tends to be more porous, or your pores tend to be larger. And shimmer makes everything shine like beacons of light. So if you get too close to where you have pores and you put highlighter on it, it's going to make your pores appear, like all that work you did earlier to make your pores disappear, they're just going to come right back.
Say hi to Carrie Racy.
Hi, Carrie Racy.
Carrie Racy,
There are
go Carrie
there are also
Racy.
different types of highlighting brushes. You can get tapered highlighting brushes that are like this, that are not going to disperse. I'll show you. We'll start with that. They don't disperse that much. They're just kind of like a light little kiss. Like you can barely see it. See, it's just like a warm little hug. And I like to go all the way around my occipital bone. Like, so I start there, just kind of go up to my temple, and then go to where my eyebrow is the highest, and then go and go up.
So
But-
Tia thought the thing you used on your lashes was to clean the brushes.
See? Learn something new every day. Alright. So, right here. And then right here. And then go up. And
It's
then
almost that sound Cardi B makes.
I like, and then I like to do just my nose, the cupid's bow, and a little of my chinny chin chin. Now, this is not enough highlighter for me. The other type of highlighting brush you have is the ones that are like wedge shaped and thicker. These have a lot more hair. You go in with that, you guys are gonna see the difference. And if I
Ooh,
go-
what are you stuffing your face with? Something delicious?
Now, hopefully you guys can see this. Okay, so look at the difference between this side of my face and that side of my face.
This side?
This side,
Oh.
that side. So that's the difference in the brushes. So if you want a really subtle highlight, use one of the fluffy tapered brushes. If you want to be like, bazzow, look at me, you can see me from the moon.
Wow, that was very aggressive.
We're being too much sun today. I have some
I
shirt.
need my safe
I
space.
need my safe space. I need my blankie.
You have to shine to the gods. Sometimes. Oh. Your little chinny chin.
Alright, so now, I don't have a whole lot of tricks with my lips, but one trick I do have is if you have the little lines, the little fine lines, that end up bleeding lipstick everywhere, get a Wonder Brow Pencil, a Wonder Pencil. NYX makes them, Urban Decay makes them, Smashbox, I think everybody makes them. They're just flush tone colored, and you're just gonna, before you put anything on your lips, you're gonna go over your lips.
Girl, that looks like it's from the hardware store.
I know. And this just fills in your lip color. I mean, excuse me, your any lines on your
Oh.
lips.
No feather clear liner. Okay.
It's not clear, it's flesh tone.
At first she said no father clear liner. I was like, is that a makeup brand? No father?
Ooh, daddy issues. Sorry.
You're a little cuckoo lulu.
Back really hurt.
I put the aloe vera.
I need more aloe.
Thanks, Uncle Todd.
Thanks, Uncle Todd. Hashtag aloe relief. Okay. Okay, so now, stop. What color do I want?
Chrysanthemum.
I don't want chrysanthemum.
Chrysanthemum if you're out there.
I'm gonna use this next one. I've never used it.
That would be,
I don't know.
that sounds like a trashy makeup company. Daddy issues.
Oh yeah.
It's like, this is our lipstick shade stripper pole.
Stop. We don't talk like that on this channel. I'm gonna use this vegan lip gel.
Why?
Why not?
Why? Don't do it. It's Smells like patchouli.
Ooh, no, it smells really good. Ooh. Oh, smell it. It smells like strawberries. Smell it, smell it, smell it. Smell it.
It's pretty good. Can I taste it?
It's not gonna taste good. Did you really just look at?
It's not bad.
It's vegan.
Tastes like berries.
Oh, it smells just like strawberries.
Mm.
It's not as exciting as the one that smells like cake, but
Is that the one you like?
I freaked out over, yeah.
Hulk smashed the table over?
Yeah, the Target haul.
Yeah.
Alright. I actually really like this. It's kind of in between a lipstick and a gloss.
What brand is it?
This is Berry and Juice. 100%. Oh no, it's Seraphine.
Seraphine.
So Seraphine Botanicals makes this. It's called Berry and Juice. It's 100% vegan lip gel, and this is in the color Rose Currant. It is vegan. It is GMO. It is gluten free, and it is not
Non-GMO.
Non-GMO. And it is not tested on animals.
It is all of the buzzwords.
It's all of the buzzwords, and it's actually a really pretty color. It's kind of like a holographic. I don't know. It's really pretty. It just kind of just accents your lips.
Mandar's
And
Beauty.
it's not sticky.
Mandar's Beauties wants to know if it'd be okay if she did a similar live and linked you, kind of like a collab.
Sure.
Yeah, go for it. All right, go take a nap,
Anything that
Becky.
gets me views is fine with me. Just some quick little housekeeping things before we go. What?
Nothing.
Oh. Okay, first of all, I'm going to be moving my lives. I think I might just move them to Thursdays because Southern Mom Nikki goes live on Wednesdays at 7, and I don't want to interfere with her time, and I don't want to split because I want to be in her live too. So, I think the easiest thing to do, I mean, comment below whether you think I should go live later on Wednesday. I could go live at 8, or I could just go live at 7:30 Central on Thursday. So either one is fine with me.
Ooh, T is all about Thursday.
Okay.
So maybe stick with Wednesday.
Oh, stop it. So she'll be here either way. So
Yeah,
so this is what I did. Do you guys have any other questions about makeup or?
Okay, lots of love for Thursday.
All right, we can do. Oh gosh, I have food in my teeth.
Okay, everyone loves Thursday.
Okay, Thursday, 7:30 Central. So I'm moving a day.
Keeping the time,
How many
moving
people
the
are in
day. We've got a 12.
All right, we're gonna do a giveaway.
What?
Wah, 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 wah. I think
Wah,
I'm
wah,
like,
wah, wah.
guys, I'm like 5 away from 2,200. So you know, tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell people you like, people you don't like, whatever.
Your mortal enemies.
All right. Should we do one giveaway or two?
What? Where's the giveaway stuff?
In that box, there is a box with a bag in it.
Let's see. Wait.
The BH Cosmetics thing.
This thing?
Yeah.
Ooh. Now.
So, this is the giveaway number 1.
It is the BH Cosmetics, a Royal Affair 5-piece liquid linen set.
And it's in one of those sequins.
Mermaidy type.
That goes like silver and then it goes pink. And it's not. It has a little gray fuzzy ball on the end. It's cute.
I love fuzzy balls.
It has 5-piece lipstick. So, and you get the carrying case. So the way we're gonna do this is numbers because it really is the
So
fairest way.
lame.
It's the fairest way.
But it's
So
also
there's
the
12
lamest way.
Yeah, well. There's 12 people in here. You can only guess once. I'm writing a number on my Sonic cup.
The number between... Oh, now there's people dropping out. What? Now there's only 8 people in here. I guess they don't want free things. Oh, 9. Yeah, Bammin.
Okay.
Oh, gone.
You ate your dinner all gone,
Hey,
did you?
Bennett, come here. Come on, let me give this away.
Oh, you ate all your food?
What have you done to your shirt?
Did you take that drink in my bed?
And spilled it all over your shirt.
Oh, no.
It's on accident.
Well,
Apple
you're gonna
juice
take it on
and
purpose.
mommy and daddy's
Alright,
bed.
so we're gonna give this away to somebody, okay?
Okay.
Alright, so everybody stop chatting, which it didn't seem like anyone was really
I'm
chatting, but
gonna pick it on a tree.
no, I've already put my makeup on. Oh, you want a treat?
Yeah, come get a treat.
Get out of here! Alright, so you
How
guys
do you do it?
pick a number between 20 and 70.
20 and 70.
Between 20 and 70. Whoever gets it, I don't care if you're over or under, whoever's the closest gets it. 20 and 70. See, this is why you guys should stay around for my lives, because I started giving away stuff. 20 and 70. Two different numbers. I need my husband to come look.
I'm giving everyone a chance to answer.
There's like 8 people, honey.
I'm giving our son a chocolate coin.
Oh my god.
On a house.
Come on, Barry. I just put Barry. So I was gonna say Beckett, but I said Larry.
Good one, Barry.
Good one, Barry.
Good one, other Barry. Okay. So, has everyone done their answer? Their number? It looks like they have.
Alright, I'm gonna show Larry the number on my Sonic Cup.
All
And
right.
he's gonna tell you who the winner is.
All right. Show me again. Okay. The winner is
Say what the number was.
the number was 54. So the winner is Casey Thomas.
Casey, you won a brand new doo-doo-doo-doo. Oh, that's probably copyright.
Ba-ba-ba-ba.
No, that's copyrighted. Stop trying to get me copyrighted stricken.
It was like 4 notes.
Doesn't matter.
I
That
have another one.
no. Oh. He just went. My name's Beckett. Oh, I'm running away now. Okay, so Casey Thomas, if you would, are you on Instagram? If you're not on Instagram, you can email me at nodramamakeupmama@gmail.com, and I will send that out to you tomorrow. Shall we do another one, or should we just do one?
Good Lord, woman, with the giveaways. Hold on, Becky.
Does anyone else want another giveaway, or should I just wrap up?
Of course they want another
They
giveaway.
might not. They might be ready to just be done with me.
It's on.
One more giveaway. Okay, let me see what we got.
The next giveaway is going to be an Ipsy bag with stuff in it.
Just like a little grab bag.
It's gonna be a bag with stuff in it.
It'll be a mystery
A mystery
bag.
bag. It will have more than 5.
No drama, mama, makeup bag. Mystery bag.
All right, so I'm gonna write another letter number, another number on my. And now I need you guys to pick a number between 150 and 300. Go.
It's a big range.
Everyone guess? I showed it to you already. Is everyone done?
Has everyone put their number? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The winner of the makeup bag. Can the same person win again?
No.
Sorry, Casey. You guessed the number exactly on the nose.
Well, Casey, you can decide then. Do you want an Ipsy mystery bag or do you want the BH cosmetic set? Since you got it right on the nose, which one would you prefer? You can either have the mystery makeup bag and I'll just put stuff in it, or you can have the BH set. Which would you prefer? And then who's the next closest?
Mindy.
Okay. I don't know Mindy.
Mindy Guthrie?
Hello, Mindy. Welcome. So, Mindy, you're gonna win one of those.
Casey wants the lippies.
Okay.
Wait for what, Tia? Oh, now she said message retracted. I think she's about to get saucy.
So, Casey, we will be sending you out the BH lip linen set, and Mindy, we will send you the mystery bag. I need you guys both to email me at No Drama Makeup Mama. It's just one big word like my YouTube name.
I don't believe you, Tia.
At gmail.com. No Drama Makeup Mama at gmail.com.
Yes.
Please do that today so that we can get them out tomorrow. If you don't do it today, it probably won't get sent. What do you want?
Oh, you don't have. Okay, never
I
mind.
don't have anything to give you.
You gotta make it.
So yeah, so everybody, this is it. Final countdown.
Oh.
Love you guys. Check out Be Still Boxes if you want a box. If you would like to see some reviews of the boxes, please check out Tia Marie. She did a review of the box. Jen McGowan Beauty also did a review of the box. Southern Mom did a review of the box. And who else? Julie Unboxing also did. None of whom are in here right now.
Huh.
Tia.
We'll get something out to you then, beauties and foodies.
Were we supposed to send something?
She never got her thing from the giveaway. It was a while ago, but
Do you remember what you were supposed to get?
we've had some issues with
We've had
USPS delivering
USPS
things.
has been like one of my Beastal boxes got sent back to us, so we're having some issues with the post office at our area. I'm so sorry. I will send you out something too. I don't know if it's what you originally were supposed to get, but I will send you something out. You will also get an Ipsy mystery bag.
Oh, Tia doesn't want you to leave.
I'm sorry, Tia. I'm tired. My butt hurts and my back hurts.
Sorry, Tia.
I love you though. I love all of you. Thank you so much. Yes, please check out those unboxings. Julie unboxing, Southern Mom, Tia on the Tia Marie. I was a Tia on the net. Tia Marie, Jen McGowan Beauty. I'm forgetting somebody.
What?
That's it. I think that's it for right now. I've sent out more than that, but those are the people that have reviewed it.
Gina will review hers.
And Gina will review hers once we have to send it back. So yeah, so check those out. If you guys want to order one, I'm good right now. I've only got one that I'm working on right now. So if you guys want to order one, I can work on 3 or 4 at a time. So I got some good stuff coming. All right, everybody, deep breath in. Let it out.